What's up, everybody? It's the Dark Conservatarian, and I am pissed off with YouTube right now on a rather almost personal level. Like, I've not been personally attacked, not in that regards. I'm not mean that in personal level. I mean, like, they struck one of my own channels, my main channel. That is why this is getting posted to my second channel right now. So, originally got an email. The Dark Conservatarian, your content has been removed from YouTube. Hi, the Dark Conservatarian. We wanted to let you know our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our hate speech policy. We know you may not have realized this was a violation of our policies, so we're not applying a strike to your channel. However, we have removed the following content from YouTube. Best of 2017. I mean, the removal by itself is not that big a deal in the practical side of things. I mean, I was planning on making a remake of Best of 2017 or the Best of 2017 compilation anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But the fact that they did this alone over this bullshit reasoning was a bad precedent in of itself. We realize this may be disappointing news, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal this decision. You'll find more details below. What our policy says: content glorifying or inciting violence against another person or group of people is not allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow any content that encourages hatred of another person or group of people based on their membership in a protected group. In June 2019, we announced updates to this policy. We understand you uploaded your content before our policy updates, so we're not applying a strike to your channel. But then, next email. That one was at 2:41 a.m. this morning. This one is at 6:46. So they basically changed their mind and they gone ahead and don't know if you can see that. They did give me a strike ultimately. Hi, the Dark Conservatarian. Our team has reviewed your content and unfortunately we think it violates our hate speech policy. We've removed the following content from YouTube, Best of 2017. We know that this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. Keep reading for more details. How your content violated the policy. How your content violated the policy. Content glorifying or inciting violence against another person or group of people is not allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow any content that encourages hatred of another person or group of people based on their membership in a protected group. We review educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific content on a case-by-case basis. Limited exceptions are made for content with sufficient and appropriate context and where the purpose of posting is clear. How this affects your channel now has one strike. You won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for 1 week. So originally I was planning this weekend on doing a live stream on my main channel that was just going to be a casual hangout stream, chilling with some people, saying how I'm back, baby. You know, as Bender from Futurama says. But then this happened. Like, I wasn't planning on doing Strikeforce news today anyways, as it being like Tuesday, 10:01 p.m., June 22nd. I wasn't planning on doing Strikeforce news yet anyways, but now I won't even be able to do an episode of Strikeforce next Tuesday either. Or, actually maybe I will. I mean, considering of when that the strike was given, it was 6:46, so maybe if the strike is lifted at 6:46 next Tuesday, I will be able to do a Strikeforce news stream. Okay, so never mind. We'll see how that turns out. But I'm not going to be able to do a casual hangout stream this weekend like I wanted to, so this is real disappointing. A second strike will prevent you from publishing content for 2 weeks. 3 strikes in the same 90-day period will result in your channel being permanently removed from YouTube. So, what to do next? 95% of creators who get 1 strike never get another one. We want that for you too, so please Make sure you understand YouTube's community guidelines and strikes basics. Review your content with our policies in mind. If after reviewing your content you think we made a mistake, let us know. You can appeal this decision here. Understand that the strike will expire after 90 days and that deleting the content will not remove the strike. So, basically, to reread the violation, how your content violated the policy. Content glorifying or inciting violence against another person or group of people is not allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow any content that encourages hatred of another person or group of people based on their membership in a protected group. We review educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific content on a case-by-case basis. Limited exceptions are made for content with sufficient and appropriate context and where the purpose of posting is clear, yada yada yada. But essentially, the inciting of violence and hatred against people of protected classes. The Best of 2017 compilation was not doing that at all. I was expressing anger in the clips that I was showing on that video at multiple points, but I wasn't inciting violence. More importantly, I was not inciting violence, and I wasn't even inciting or encouraging hatred against anybody. And if anybody got that implication throughout that video, they're just freaking dumb. But yeah, that compilation, I was not inciting violence or anything like that against any protected class. They're just being flat out bullshitters right now. Much less was I doing it against any protected class. I mean, the closest that a person could justify giving my channel a strike is my Onision video, where in that video I basically go implying that the guy kind of deserves a death penalty. But even then, even though that I am somewhat inciting violence, and by the way, I'm gonna have to make a video giving a bit of a reforming of my opinion on the whole Onision drama that happened in late 2019, with Chris Hansen and whatnot. But that aside from the fact that I have to update my opinion on that, do a new video on that, even then, I did not incite violence against anybody of a protected class, much less based off of their protected class. I mean, unless YouTube is going to start considering child predators, which is what Onision has basically admitted to when he was being interviewed by Nicholas Diorio once. Unless we're going to say that child predators are protected classes now, YouTube. It did not do anything of the sort of, promoting violence or hatred against people of protected classes. So I go saying, basically in plain wording, that the video did not at all promote violence or hatred against anybody of the protected classes that they mentioned. They give me a response at 9:48 p.m. tonight. Hi, the Dark Conservatarian. We have reviewed your appeal for the following content, Best of 2017. We reviewed your content carefully and have confirmed that it violates our hate speech policy. We know this is probably disappointing news, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all. How this affects your channel, we won't be putting your content back up on YouTube. If your appeal was for a warning, you will not be given another warning in the future. If your appeal was for a strike, the strike will remain on your channel. So, yeah, like I said, fucking bullshit this is. I did not do anything that they say that I violated. YouTube is just full of shit. First they were saying, we're not gonna strike you. Then they did a 180 flip-flop on that, saying we will give you a strike. And as soon as I appeal and clarify that I did not do what they say that I violated, supposedly, they still insist, yeah, no, you violated. I don't even think there was that edgy of humor. The most that one could say is that it had edgy humor. That's it. Edgy humor does not inherently promote at all the violence or hatred of people based off of protected classes. Plain and simple. People need to stop being such frivolous snowflakes on that front. It's not even just a matter of hurt feelings. It's a matter of making these brash, out of left field assumptions. Oh, you have edgy humor about these sort of people? That must mean that you want them killed or want them to be hated upon, or you hate them yourself. Which is not true at all. Most of the time, at least, anyways. I mean, I got my channel struck. Well, not struck. I got a warning, and my video, people know about it, where I was roasting Owen McDonald, basically. I was hanging out with S-Man Speaks, and he was saying of how that Owen was saying that's transphobic to make any sort of trans jokes, and I go saying, essentially, go tell him to shut up and eat himself some fried chicken and watermelon as basically a bit of a, I mean, it's not a good joke, really. In hindsight, isn't that good. But basically, it was sort of a blunt way of saying that you should not give a crap about what he says about humor. That he says that that humor is inherently bigoted. Which I still say that humor is not bigoted. But YouTube struck down that video, which clearly did have edgy humor. I don't even think I featured that video or any other video along those same lines in my Best of 2017 compilation. And yet they're still pulling this crap on me. Anyway, that is all I have to say about this. Yeah. I am the Dark Conservatarian here on Dark Con Entertainment. I may do a live stream next Tuesday, a few hours right after the strike is lifted, but we'll just have to wait and see. See you later, and God bless.